come back. So very interesting.
Oh,
all right, here we go.
My microphone down.
Mathmech versus Kashtira, 2 battles of big robot archetypes, which is also pretty cool.
So
Knocked all the
final of the WCQ here in Dunedin. We have Andrew Judson on the left against Peter Bird on the right. Both these players have been around for many years and been in many finals as well, so they're not used to this sort of.
Oh yeah, it looks like I think Peter Bird won the die roll there, so in his favor, if so.
He's opened a copy of Desires.
He's open
2 copies of Desires.
Both legal copies of Pot of Desires.
Starts off with Unicorn.
I mean, one thing I like about Desires is, like, yes, this deck is on a lot of one-offs, but they're all searchable, right? So by the end of the Kashtira combo, your Desires is just drawing you gas. There's nothing really to lose. Dudson just going to have a read of Theosis here. Pretty important. Probably checking all of the conditions upon its summon. Or potentially hasn't played against Kashtira before. Never know. Judging by how quickly that Unicorn resolved, I find that unlikely. There we go. Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. Does mean Peter Bird gets a look at that extra deck, if he would like. There we go. Declaring Unicorn there. Never missing an opportunity. Get a bit of information. Question is Dudson playing 2 access code? Is a question I would like to know the answer to. It looks like he is.
Yeah.
Very good, very good. Be a pretty easy take if not for that. There's almost an argument you do take the access code here, because taking the second one next turn could kind of cut Dudson off of a win condition.
Yeah, so he's going for the transcode talker.
Also valid, although not required for the Mathmech OTK so much. You can just use Splash Mage.
So Peter Bird really been able to activate this Desires, knowing that the Ash is gone.
And he's not going to draw another Desires.
And Ash.
That's pretty good. He's just checking now what got banished. Looks like 2 copies of Crossout and another copy of Ash, so
that's actually a problem, because he has 2 Ash in his hand.
I mean, is it?
Oh, not really. I suppose for Ash.
I don't think he needs to cross out Ash anymore. I think he just wants to cross out, you know, something that Dudson has to answer his Ash Blossom. Maybe a cross out. Can always cross out for cross out, right? All right. 5 cards from Dudson versus, admittedly, a pretty, again, another board where Peter Bird's just kind of ended on Unicorn, showing a potentially a weakness of Kashtira. Sometimes you just don't have it.
The Battle Butler field center as well.
That's real.
Dudson's pass.
Yeah, rest in peace. Dudson was so good at that deck.
So,
Standing on Small World, this is it's a pretty juicy Ash, I'd say. Not a lot of good targets to Ash in Mathmech, I will say. Revealing Nibiru. All right. Because the thing is, you can grab Circular off of this, and you can't Ash Blossom Circular. So, I don't know. I feel like maybe that is a valid Ash target. Obviously punished if Dudson just has the Circular in hand, but either or.
Yep, so
Mathmech Circular is the cornerstone of this deck. Allows you to send the Mathmech from deck to grave as cost to summon itself from hand, and then if a Mathmech is special summoned while it's on the field, you can search any Mathmech spell trap. So just a truly phenomenal card for this deck.
It really did bring it back into the format.
Totally. Just being able to search Superfactorial turn 1, being able to search Equation turn 2 to just give you easier lines to get to access code. This is what I'm saying. Like, I think maybe Peter Bird could have taken 1 access code and then the second one this turn, because if on resolution of Circular here you took the second access code, Dudson's like much worse off. But instead we see a Book of Eclipse, so he's like, nah, not even going to let you take anything from my extra deck anymore. I'd like to keep it, please. Peter Bird says very well. We still know Ash Imperm from Peter Bird though, right? And a cross out.
Yeah. So it's
I mean, I think
interaction.
That'll do it, right?
The thing with Mathmech that I've always noticed is like it's quite a resilient deck to hand traps at the moment. It can, at least if it has follow up in the hand, and it pushes through at least 1 to 2 sort of interruptions.
Okay, but hear me out. What if you just save the imperm for access code?
Yeah.
No, because they play Lingeribo. That's silly.
Oh yeah. True.
In fact, you probably imperm this, to be honest, because if you get equation here, Lingeribo is like full access code, I think. Although can he without transcode? Maybe not. Maybe not. Either way, imperming or ashing, pretty good here.
Yeah.
If we have one Mathmech extender, we could just make a Lingeribo here, which would be pretty funny. All right. Acompanhe. This is definitely getting impermed. And unfortunately for Dudesen, I think that probably seals it.
Yeah. I mean, unless that other card in hand is, I don't even know what I'm gonna make into this, but
It can't even be cross out because he's got Peterbird has cross out.
yeah. So he does get impermed.
Mm-hmm.
Does Dudesen have any other follow up?
I don't think there is any, to be honest. Without equation, without
Nope.
oh yeah, no, there is subtraction. It'll allow itself to summon by reducing attack points. Or it could be addition. To be honest, they all look the same. But either way, modify attack points, summon.
Well, that's the thing with Mathmech.
There's Lingeribo.
They always seem to have, like, you know, they have the addition and subtraction. And
Wow, and Parallel Exceed is the last card. Actually, very good here. This is
This is what I mean, though. Is like there was a couple of lines of interruption, and Mathmech, if they have the, you know, things like addition and subtraction, they're all parallel. Like they're straight back in the game.
I hate to say this, but
it's game.
This is game.
Yeah. I mean, there's there's no more interruption here from Peter. I mean, that he can't send anything across out that's going to stop this combo.
Nope. Yeah, that'll do it. That's a Splash Mage into Reborn a Guy into. Yeah, Acompanhe tribute itself. No, Acompanhe's been impermed.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm not trying to think. Can we make update jammer here?
He can make anything, can't he? Every single card, all it requires is 2 Cybursts, right?
Yeah, Exceed plus Lingeribo into Splash Mage. Yep, we have it. We have it. All those two. Yeah, either or. It's totally fine. Splash. Splash Reborn a Mathmech. I'll admit, I'm a little tired of this. It's like every Cyburst deck, it's like, yep, and then we make update jammer, and then we make access code, and it's like, yep, good game. Every time you just look at the board and go, I'm dead.
It's funny because I mean we got cards, decks like Salomon Great, we have Mathmech, we have Marincess. They all seem to just do this.
At least Marincess get locked into waters. But yeah, like next set, we're getting the Cyber support. I wonder what they're gonna do to close out games. I have a couple ideas, I think. Ash on Small World was correct. I think Ash on Small World is like always correct, right? Because like Andrew probably could have used that to search Exceed as well. So
giving Dudesen access to the circular, like definitely it's.
Well, either you cut them off of circular or you cut them off of an extender, right? And both of those are pretty bad for you. So
he does have to go through this a little bit different because he doesn't have the transcode, but I don't think it matters too much.
No, I don't think it does.
The Cyber
4,300 attack on. He's even going for the search for diameter because he hasn't normal summoned. Insulating against, I don't know, like. Actually, I know why he's doing this, because if the set card is another infinite impermanence, that could actually be a problem, right? So he's actually going fully into the line where he makes a another Acompanhe in here, just so that diameter can be a negate, just to back it up. Could even use the Acompanhe's other effect to tribute itself. Not that you should, but you know, be funny. There's the access code. And we're going to banish the Wicked and the update jammer. Use the update jammer, give it 2 attacks, pop your field, and that's game. So yeah, showing, like you said, Mathmech playing through multiple interrupts like it was nothing. I mean, unbelievable. Admittedly, pretty good hand from Dudesen. Was it like Small World, Ash, Exceed, Nibiru, and an extender?
Yeah, I think the thing is though is like you're right. Like if the Ash came down on the small world. He doesn't.
I think he would have had nothing.
and there's not enough there.
Well, no.
I don't think that
If he ashes the small world, he has to normal the Mathmech in hand, make Linkaribo, and then
Well, he did have the
go for the
Paralysis, though, as
X
well.
seed, right? So then you'd still, but then you'd imperm the Alan Burschen made of X seed if he didn't go for access code. And if he did go for access code, you can just imperm the access code. So yeah, potentially would have made a difference. But ashing small world doesn't feel like amazing, right? It's just a 1-for-1. You expect a deck like Mathmech could be on tactics or tactics thrust even. Right. It's a tight finals going into game 2.
Why is there a birth on the field?
I think he's asking to read it. I think he just wants like
Information. Yeah.
clarification on what the card actually does. It's actually pretty good against Mathmech, the graveyard disruption.
Sure is.
Mm.
Mathmech, a deck that obviously last format just could not perform with Bestials floating around absolutely everywhere.
No,
and
truly catastrophic for that deck.
Yeah, Ajizu as well, just not letting that deck play at all.
No,
but now
and like Harvness soloed as well. It was just so easy to disrupt Mathmech with that card.
And like Mathmech maybe is the deck of New Zealand.
It feels like it. I feel like a lot of enfranchised players who are kind of like looking for a deck this format have gravitated towards it because it's very flexible. It leverages a lot of things that like good players like. It's consistent. You get a lot of non-engine space, and it has a very, very, like, as we saw, clean way to win the game. So it sort of ticks every box if you just want like a consistent good deck.
Aaron Dennis
and just don't play against Mike Arnigo, I guess.
I think even at the New Zealand Open, there was a couple in top 8, but there was also a few sitting in the top 16 as well. So about 3 or 4 Mathmech decks topped that event. And then the following day on the regional, another 2 Mathmech decks made top 8. So
yep,
right, it's very super consistent.
Good. Again, this format, all these decks sort of remind me of old decks, right? It's kind of like a more nostalgic version of deck building, where it's just like I've got, a consistent 1-card combo that leads me to either an OTK or a few number of interrupts, and that's it. Kind of reminds me of like Orcust going for Boral Sword in a way, or just sitting on like IP pass and then playing on your turn. Very consistent.
Feels he's choosing. So Peter.
Lots of fake outs today. I am surprised. Peter obviously playing Dimensional Shifter in the side probably thought like that's good enough. Dudesen going for Desires straight away. Looks like he did not banish Super Factorial. Also, probably Dudesen sided for going second, right? He might have sided out a lot of his going first stuff. And much like Dudesen has access code, Peter Bird has Kashtira's. Pretty good going second cards. Seems like he banished like 10 hand traps. It's like Vela, Nibiru, Vela, Ash, Imperm.
Dudesen here shaking his head a little bit.
He's laughing. He's like, not found circular. No, he has not. Okay. Using the Sigma from hand, locking himself into Cyburst, normal summoning Diameter. Could have gone for a Lingaribo there. Don't know why he didn't. Seeing as the Diameter does have a effect to Monster Reborn, negating the Ash. Don't forget, Diameter does have an effect. I guess that's why he just went for that line.
Interesting that Peter didn't Ash the Desires.
I mean, yeah, it's a tough call. It's again a blind Desires, and then you just get blown out by my hand was perfect anyway. Plus tactics. I mean,
it's a rough one. Desires is always a +1, right? So
I'll Ash a Desires all day.
Yeah, I usually do.
Depends on the deck. Like Sword Soul, I'll Ash Desires all day. There's no good target for Ash. At least in Mathmech, Alan Burschen's a great card to Ash Blossom, right? Except when it's made with Diameter, unfortunately.
It's kind of signals though too, dudes, that this might likely be Peter's only hand trap, because obviously if he had something like an Infinite Permanence, he would have Ashed the Desires, Imperms the Elevation. So
yeah, and yeah, look at him. Good player, did not banish Super Factorial off Desires. Must be nice. All right, so from here we can go into the the sort of classic Mathmech combo, I guess. We go Link Disciple or Splash Mage here, go into either Heat Soul or end on like IP plus Linkuriboh. It seems like he's going for Heat Soul. This is the more conservative line.
I've been correct in this situation too.
I like the Ling. I mean, it's good against Evenly Matched. Evenly Matched is quite good against Super Factorial exactly.
So, Pain of House and Life to draw 1 card.
I mean, I do like drawing 1 card. I will admit. I love that Heat Soul has like been good. I love Heat Soul. Such a cool card. We got like 2 years too late.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, a good hand from Peter could beat this. I mean, Super Factorial, there is the Evenly Match, so... like I said, the punish for not making Linkuriboh, kind of huge.
Fenrir there as well.
It's a good hand. Fenrir, Birth,
Lance.
Evenly Matched Lance. I like it.
He's definitely going to get played. Do you lead here with the evenly or no?
I would. I'm kind of a believer in like if you can evenly, you should evenly, because yeah, like the punish is something like this, but Forbidden Lance is it's quite nice here, I must admit. Sort of puts dudes in the position like, do I just fire the Super Factorial now? 3 cards in hand, very likely to rip like a good card out of Peter Bird's hand. And as we discussed before, Fenrir is not the card you want to open, so theoretically removing the Fenrir from the field could be pretty bad. But yeah, now he doesn't really have a chance to evenly match, right?
No.
Unless, actually, no, he will, because Tootson is going to fire up Super Factorial.
True.
Again, the thing is, if you leave on evenly, right, you don't have to contest the Book of Eclipse. Or if you do, you're forcing out dudes into early Super Factorial and hope to rip the evenly out of your hand, right?
Yeah.
It's a dead card. Like, obviously, if Dudson gets unlucky here, it doesn't hit the evenly out of Peter's hand, that's fine. But I don't think Peter has a play, right? It's got Birth. If that's Birth, that's game. Pressured Planet. Not the worst, not the worst. We have 1 negate to play through. Now the evenly, though, does nothing. Because Andrew Dudson only controls 1 card, so the Birth gets negated by...
He's got the Heat Soul still there. So.
Yeah, but the Birth...
Yeah.
Do we negate evenly? No way. There's no way we would negate evenly here. No, yeah.
So he just waits. He actually uses the Heat Soul there.
Because you think, like, my opponent has 1 card, I have 1 negate. GG.
Yeah.
There we go. Dudson with a swift one. 2-0. Congratulations.
Completely takes out... I mean, that was dominant. I mean, 18-minute round.
It's not close. Look at his hand. His hand is Parallel Exceed, Signet Mining, Kurikara. Small World. My God.
So, congratulations again to Andrew Dudson.
Has he won every time we've streamed this?
Yeah.
I can't believe it. The man cannot be stopped.
I mean, put us on commentary, put Dudson in a tournament. It seems to be the way to go.
Thanks so much for your contributions to it.
Congratulations, Andrew Dudson, on taking out the regional in Dunedin. Another win in Dunedin.
We are ending the way we started, with Dudson winning another regional.
I love it here. It's a great place to play.
He loves it.
So obviously we saw the power of Mathmech in that game, being able to extend through multiple hand traps and still just push out an access code and take out a quick win. Mathmech, obviously a choice that you've made based on maybe some results over the country. Why did you bring that into the tournament today?
I saw Sinesia's list and I went, wow, that's a lot better than playing Adventure Plunder today. So I did that instead, yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, you drew amazing. Peter, you really fought through all those matches on stream. Like, congratulations. You did a fantastic job. Dudeson's hands were just like built by God himself. Some of those ones.
Yeah, that hand game one was very, very strong.
It was decent. It was decent.
And my hand was double desires, double ash,
Yep.
and the unicorn was just like, yeah.
Did you think about ashing the small world? Was that like a consideration?
Yes, but I get benefits from the banished pile, and it's just like he's most likely going to go off anyway. So it's
Yeah.
deciding
No, it's a hard call.
deciding which card to banish and realistic if he gets to the Mathmech, the common negate.
The diameter one, yeah.
It's
Diameter's
basically game
very,
over.
very good. Yeah.
But you know, he had small world plus eclipse plus
Yeah.
was it parallel exceed and extender and Nibiru? I think was his opener.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's not bad, eh?
decent, decent. Yeah, but congratulations, Dudeson. Well done.
Cheers.
It is kind of symbolic that we are going out with another Dudeson win because I think the first one we ever did, you also took that out with Prank Kids. So
Yeah.
it's all the Battle Butler Field Center as well.
Enjoy Dunedin tonight and enjoy your win.
Absolutely will.
And Peter, hard luck on losing out there in the final, but we saw you perform pretty well throughout the day, and I'm sure we'll see you at another tournament very soon.
Cheers. Thank you very much.
That's pretty much it from us. We will sign off here. Thank you everyone for tuning in today.
Yeah, thank
and
you.
Watching the Dunedin Regional at Dice Jar Games. Thank you as well to Greg for running the store in Dunedin for so long and putting on multiple
Yeah.
decent events here.
So it may be the last Dice Jar Yu-Gi-Oh stream that we will do, but it may not be the last time you see us or Greg or, you know, Joe and I. Dudson winning another regional could all happen again. So keep your eyes on the scene, folks.
Sweet as. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, and thank you, Joe. That was a
Yeah,
great commentary from your part.
Yeah, it's good to be back in the box with you. Obviously, we've covered quite a few of the Dice Jar events. I believe almost every single one of them we've been in the commentary box, and it's been a journey. So, yeah, thank you very much for joining me today, and also thank you to Greg again for putting on yet another just very clean stream. It's been a pleasure to be able to see the cards on screen and see what's going on and have all these crazy good transitions. But there we are. There is your winner, Andrew Dudson of the of Christchurch, taking out the Dunedin Regional.
Congratulations, Dudson. Thank you for joining us, and thank you, Joe, for the like I said, fantastic co-commentary. Great job. I've missed it. It's fun.
It's good fun, and hopefully we see more of these from Greg in the future, maybe under a different banner, but we look forward to see what the future holds for Greg. So thank you very much, everyone, and thank you for watching along at home. See ya.
Thank you.